Good afternoon and welcome to Breaking Fry Bread. I'm Dave. This is Ty. Good afternoon, brother. How you doing?
Good afternoon, bro. I'm doing good. Doing good. It's a beautiful day.
It is a beautiful day. You know what? I'm glad we've actually got some rain the last couple of days. I love the rain.
You
Clears the
gotta love the
air.
rain. Gotta love the rain living in Washington, right? So I missed it too.
Yeah, it's a good deal, man. It's a good deal. So, the name of our show, Breaking Fry Bread. That fry bread is really good stuff.
It is. It's addicting.
It's like sweet. It's like cake.
It is.
So breaking fry bread. I know we created the name. You created the name. You came up with the name. You put a little thing out on Facebook, and there was like 4 or 5 choices to the name, and I think the audience, the world said breaking fry bread. It is right.
Yep. The community spoke up. They voted on it, and Breaking Fry Bread was the winner.
Breaking fry bread was the winner. What does breaking fry bread mean to you?
It's a little play on words, right? Like, breaking bread, sitting down, breaking bread with your brother. We put the little twist on it, so it would, relate to our people and made it a little fun, and we added fry bread in there. So,
I love
to
some fry
me,
bread.
yeah, to me, it's about, the only thing missing from our show is actually getting some fry bread, you know.
I know. I listen. I love the fry bread. Can you make fry bread at your house?
We can.
You just whip it up.
My wife whips it up. My mother-in-law, she's got the best recipe that I've tasted. And everybody's got their own little play on it. There's a yeast dough, there's a regular dough, and
Okay.
I'm a fan of the light and fluffy fry bread.
Okay. All right. So listen, since we've got connected on this show, we've got connected on social media, and I think we've been connected on social media. But since we're on the show together, I somehow your feeds come up in my posts all the time, so I happen to see them. So you guys, it always looks like you're living such a great life over there. If you got a pool in your backyard, right?
I do.
And this is an above ground pool that you built a deck around.
Yes.
That's a baller way to do it. You know what? I did that at one point in time myself. I did that exact same thing. I bought a Doughboy pool. I think it was by the name of what it's called. Maybe it was something else, but big pool and bought a heater. So the whole thing was heated, outdoor pool. Um, whatever it is, nice soft liner to that thing, and then I built a huge deck around it. And that was my first experience with my own pool, and I loved that pool. That pool was a lot of fun.
Yeah, we definitely love our pool. It's been we've been adding to it once a year. We'll put a little more money into it. Um, we started with just the pool, and then we got a little extra money, and we decided to build the deck. And then that was the process. But that elevated the experience out there. Now we've added a lot of nice furniture. We finally got a good pool cover, like a solar pool cover. Um, so we're getting there.
It looks
We're getting
beautiful.
there.
It looks beautiful from the pictures. On the so let me ask you, is the pool, what brand of pool is that? Do you remember?
I don't remember the brand. We got a good deal. A lady bought it, and it was too big for her backyard, so it was still sitting on pallets. The restocking fee for her would have been crazy, so I got a pretty decent deal on the pool in fireworks season a couple years ago. I think I paid 3,000 for the pool.
Yeah,
I think it was about
that's
a
a good
five
deal.
thousand dollar pool. Yeah,
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, so it's got to be that same Doughboy type pool. I think that's I might be butchering the
yeah.
name
It's
a
the
little
big
bit, but
15 by 30 oval.
yep.
Um, Yeah, it's heavy duty.
Yeah, yeah, that's awesome. So one thing cool about that pool is you can bury it 2 feet into the ground. So one of the things that I did with my pool was I excavated out 2 feet and I sunk it down into the ground 2 feet. And that was kind of cool because that sat at just a little bit lower, and then I built some steps up to it, and then had a nice deck around it with trees and rose garden, all that kind of stuff. Okay, none of that matters. Then I see you guys out on the boat. Do you own the boat,
In Chelan?
or
No,
you guys rent the boat?
we
Okay,
rent the boat
you
every
rent the
year.
boat. Okay, every year. So the thing is, I'm just saying that when I look at what you're doing on social media, Vegas for your birthday, Chelan on the trip, the pool in the backyard, you guys are living a high quality of life
Yes.
from what we see on the social media. And I think that this is a great thing because life is so short. We're not guaranteed tomorrow. And I think a lot of things are important about the way you live. Like we try to live the same way. We try to do fun things, amazing things, have great experiences because life is short. I love the flip that you did on whatever with your kid, whoever took the picture. I can't remember, but your kid's doing a flip and you're doing a flip. You're both caught in the air at midair, whatever. Just those memories, right? Is so important. And I think that, you know, um, whether you're Native American or you're African American or you're Chinese American or whatever you are, English American, whatever, you only get so many hours a week. Do you know how many hours you get every week?
Not enough.
You
I
get
know that.
168. Get 168 hours every week. That's it. That's all you get. That's all you get every single week. And, 40 to 60 of them, depending on who you are spent working. Right?
Yeah. I thought you were going to
And
say sleeping, but yeah,
60 to 70 of them are spent sleeping. So
exactly. Got to recharge the batteries.
on the low end, you lose 100 hours. And then how many are spent eating? Another 21, 22, 18, depending on how much you eat. So, you don't have a lot of time in life. And one of the things that really hit home to me was I was at Harvard Business School, and I was listening to a commencement speaker, and he was on the cover of Forbes magazine, and he was on the cover of Forbes magazine with Steve Jobs, and he was on there with Bill Gates, and a bunch of other guys. And the title of this magazine was Masters of the Universe. And he's on the cover with all these guys. And he says that after he was on that cover, that he got an opportunity to, grow his business. Anyways, he's doing a deal with Chase. It's not Chase now, but Washington Mutual. If you remember Washington Mutual Bank and Bank of America, and the deal is that Bank of America has these really, really tight credit restrictions, and Washington Mutual has really loose credit restrictions. So if you had poor credit, you could go get a loan at Washington Mutual. If you had poor credit, you couldn't get a loan at Bank of America. And so the deal was all of the people that Bank of America denied still needed a loan, still needed something. And so he was going to buy that, and then he was going to sell those names to Washington Mutual. And then Washington Mutual was going to write those people loans and make millions and millions of dollars. And this was a sure thing. And they sunk, and this gentleman sunk millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars into this program. They had deals across the table. And this was a sure thing. Like it was a done deal. And then the financial collapse happens. Bam. Bank of America pulls out of the deal, leaves him hanging, and Washington Mutual sues him for everything he's got. This is a master of the universe, loses everything. He tells the story. He goes up to the front door of his house, um, nice mansion house down in Massachusetts, whatever. Goes to the front door, opens. He tries to open the door. The door's locked. Banging on the door, banging on the door. What's going on? The maid answers and says, "Here's your divorce papers. Your wife's done with you." He leaves. He goes and stays with a friend. He's broke. His wife just left him. He's saying, "What am I going to do?" His dad was aging. So he says, "This is a great time to go spend time with my dad." He goes and spends time with his dad. After a couple of weeks of being with his dad dies. He's even more depression. He's got one sister left. She's down in Texas. He says, I got to be around my family. He goes, he's spending time with his family. While he's down with his sister down in Texas, she dies. He comes back up to Boston. He's got one thing left in his life that he loves, and that's taking photographs and pictures and being a photographer. And he's walking along the Boston Harbor, and he trips and he falls, goes forward, and the thing around his neck that's holding his camera drops, and his camera falls in the water. Gone. And he lost everything that he ever had, everything from top to bottom. He's now a professor at Harvard. But he tells this story that no matter what happens in your life, you can lose everything. No matter how great you are, you can lose everything. And then he goes on to tell stories about each one of those masters of the universe and how they lost everything. Even Steve Jobs dying at 56 or 58 or whatever that was, all the money in the world couldn't save him. And I think the lesson that I learn and that I take away from that is that I see a lot of posts on the Puyallup only Facebook page. I see a lot of posts on by fellow Native brothers and sisters, and there's a lot of unhappiness. There's a lot of like, man, when is my next check coming? And I think, as I think about those things, life can be really, really bad, but we create the circumstances in which life deals us those hands, because we're all going to have really tough moments. We're all going to have really depressing, hard things happen to us. And when I look at your family, you look like a strong family. You look like a family to be proud of. You look like a family that does well. I know every family has their problems, and every family has things behind the scenes. There's skeletons in the closet. There's issues. There's things that we see. But to help all of our Native brothers and sisters, what are some things, and I would ask you, what are the top 3 things that you think as Native Americans we should be doing in our lives to help elevate our life and live the best life possible, to take advantage of that 168 hours that we get every single week? What would be 3 tips that you would think that would help anybody in Indian country rise up and become the best that they are?
I would have to say, I'll lead with what I usually like to say, move with purpose, move with love. And there's a lot of meaning behind that when I say that. It's just about how you move and how you approach every situation in your life. Like you said, everybody has their struggles. Everybody has issues in their life that they don't post on social media or that they don't talk about. Everybody does. Life is tough. A lot of circumstances happen, and a lot of bad things happen, in people's lives. And you have to approach those things with a positive mindset. And in my life's experiences and my journey, I've learned that I really think that everything happens for a reason. First off, I never ask, why is this happening to me? Why is God doing this to me? Why is Creator doing this to me? I always say, over the years, I've learned to say, this is happening for a reason. because a lot of times in my life, a lot of negative things have happened, and it seems like it's working against me. And when you power through it and you approach it with positivity and with the mindset that things are going to be okay, you'll find that in a couple weeks time that this actually was for the better. You know, if this negative thing didn't happen in my life, this thing that happened 2 weeks later would may not have happened. You know, if this door didn't close on me,
Hmm.
this door wouldn't have opened over here. um, and so it's about approaching every situation in your life with a positive mindset, and not having that victim mindset of poor me, why me. That'd be my first tip. Second tip is be accountable. Be an accountable person. Be accountable for your actions. Be accountable for how you interact with people. Be accountable for the relationships in your life. Just be an accountable person. Um, and if you've done bad things in your life, learn to forgive yourself. You know, if the person that you may have wronged chooses not to forgive you, that's okay. You have to learn to forgive yourself, and you have to move forward and with the positive mindset. And then I guess the third thing is I always live my life, as you can see on Facebook, you know, take the trips, eat the cake, you know, do the fun things, create the memories. Um, for me personally, that family time with my kids and all of the things that they do, I look at it like you only get one opportunity with your kids and their childhood, man, because it goes by quick, goes by super quick. We've been going to Lake Chelan now for 10 years, and that trip is a must. You know, I don't, we could have $10 to our name, but I'm going to find a way to get my family to Lake Chelan, because that's where all of our family memories have been created. That's where we all come closer together, and that's where our happy place is, you know. And so,
You got
um,
to have that happy place.
you know, I know you have a happy place with your kids. You probably have more than one. We have more than one, but you know, for me, it's creating those memories. I don't want to miss out on those important moments in their life. Um, and because you really only get one chance, you know, and my happy place is with my kids and my family, you know, in the places that we love. So those are my three basic tips on how I approach life.
Those are great tips. Move with purpose and love. When you wake up in the morning, what does that look like? Or do you have a plan for the day? Do you plan out what you're doing? Do you just kind of take it as is?
I've to be honest, as of now, I kind of wait, you know, I know what's going on the next day. Um, as far as having a morning routine, that's one area where I want to get better at. I used to be pretty disciplined in that morning routine, getting up at 5 in the morning, going to the gym, uh, writing out in your journal, writing out your day. And um, so as of right now, no, it's kind of just wake up. I'm thankful to wake up for another day. Um, I get to see my kids off to school, and then I get to head into the office and work with my amazing team there. And then Um, once a week I get to come on the show and talk about awesome topics with you and Ralph. Life is good.
Life is good. How do you do accountability? Does your wife hold you accountable? Do you hold yourself accountable? How do you do that?
Yeah, I think the people in your life that you surround yourself with really help. I surround myself uh, with a lot of positive people, positive energy. Um, and yeah, so your wife definitely holds you accountable, right? She should. If you're not surrounding yourself with people that hold you accountable and that tell you what you need to hear, uh, then you're just surrounding yourself with a bunch of yes men, you know. And so um, sometimes, and that comes with growth, right? And your wife's holding you accountable. You may not, You may not realize you're in the wrong, and you may not want to realize it, but you have to be able to look at yourself and look at your actions or your responses or whatever it may be, and um, admit if you're wrong.
Yeah,
And then
you gotta do that. Um,
yeah,
so take the trips. You like Vegas, or maybe you love Vegas. I don't know.
man,
I
we love Vegas.
I
We
love
love
Vegas
Vegas.
too.
My wife likes to play the machines. I'm not a big gambler. I like to go for the food, the lights, the experience, the fights, you know, all that stuff, the pool, the weather. Um, yeah. So we like to Vegas in different ways. So it works.
Yeah, I love Vegas. I like Vegas for all the same reasons that you do, so I don't need to repeat it. All right, that I think that was good, man. That's just a good look into the life of Ty because you have a fantastic looking life, and I think those are some great tips that any Puyallup or anybody in Indian country can take a look at and they say, "Hey, I can model myself after that." That's awesome. What's going on? What's going on the tribe? What's happening now? What's happening out there?
Well, today is the canoe landing for the canoe journey. It's a big day. All the canoes are coming in. Uh, and tomorrow afternoon, which would be Thursday, actually it'd be tomorrow morning, protocol is going to start. And so once the canoes have all landed, each canoe has to request permission to come ashore to our tribal council that's standing ashore. We welcome them in. We house their canoes. Then they all come to the campground where the protocol tent is, which is down there at Firecracker Alley. Um,
Okay.
and that's kind of when the festivities begin. It's like a week-long party. We'll be going until August 5th. And what happens now is every canoe family will have their own time to take the floor to tell their story, sing their songs, honor anybody that they want to honor, and dance. They get each family, each canoe family gets about an hour and a half on the floor, and there's going to be 80 canoes.
Wow. That's 80 hours
Yeah,
of stories, man.
80 hours, and it's really spiritually powerful time, and it's a really good time. You'll be going from the morning until at least midnight every day.
Can anybody go?
It's open to the public. We welcome everybody to come down and check it out. There's going to be over 100 vendors with um, native arts and crafts, and then uh, there's going to be food vendors. There's 15 of us. We actually have a food stand down there. We're doing pizza and ice cream.
Nice. You are just
So
got your hands in everything.
yeah, we gotta, we stay busy. This is my wife's concession. I just support her and help her out. We were out there pretty late last night getting set up, and um, we'll be out there early this morning
Is
getting ready. So
this Indian pizza or is this just standard pepperoni and pineapple?
standard pepperoni and pineapple, meat lovers, supreme. We got huckleberry ice cream.
Huckleberry ice cream, homemade or is this just resold?
Uh, that's a secret. All right, no, it's
Oh,
resold.
that's
It's resold, but it's delicious. It's delicious.
I love homemade ice cream.
I've never tried to make homemade ice cream, but
Oh, listen, we have an ice cream maker.
really,
We make big tubs of ice cream.
what's your best creation?
Well, I've never personally made it. My wife does that. But
Okay.
I'm going to tell you that she's made some pretty amazing strawberry ice cream. I mean, I know that might not sound like the greatest thing since sliced bread, but there's like real strawberries in it. It's all fresh. All the ingredients are fresh. And the investment in the ice cream maker was one of the best things we ever did.
It sounds delicious, man. Fresh strawberries.
Yeah, it's off the charts. It's really good. Okay, so this is going on till August 5th.
August 5th. Yeah. We hosted in 2018, and it got so backed up. I think we had 120 canoes that year. It got so backed up that our protocols were going on 24/7 around the clock. So
Wow.
you had canoe families that were performing all the way 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, 5, 6, 7. And they'd only have time to take small breaks. Um,
And are people
Tribal
still
members.
watching this all night long?
Oh yeah, there's some diehards out there for sure.
All right. So for somebody like myself who's never seen it before, when is the best time to come?
I'd say after work when the traffic's died down, and work's done for the day, which I know for you is never done, but just anytime, I'd say in the between 6 and 10 o'clock.
Between 6 and 10 o'clock is the best time.
I'd say so. And then that's you want to check out all the other canoe families that are all the way. I mean, we're hosting indigenous tribes from around the world. So there's canoes from New Zealand, there's canoes from Hawaii, and but Puyallup is performing. The host always goes last, so we will be performing on August 5th. We kind of close up the show, and we're the main event.
When are we? What time is that going to happen at?
Uh, I don't I don't know exactly, but it's on the 5th, and I would assume it's gonna go pretty late. You can probably imagine between that 6 and 10 o'clock time frame, but we'll have
Is it gonna take a couple hours?
for sure because we have a couple canoes in our Puyallup family. Um, we have the Swab. That's a Puyallup tribal family that has started their own canoe last year, and so they'll get their opportunity to take the floor. Plus the Puyallup canoe family. Although we are one, there's kind of two subsets of each other. So, but yeah, we'll have the floor for a
Okay,
while.
I'm gonna come down.
Yeah, you got to come down. You got to get some pizza. You got to get a scoop of ice cream. Um,
You
you
know,
got
might as
you got
well. When in Rome,
yeah,
might as well hit it up.
yep, for
Always,
sure.
always a salesman. What's the name of your stand?
We are Journey's Pizza and Ice Cream Parlor.
Journey's Pizza and Ice Cream. All right. Well, you know what? Good job on the entrepreneurial spirit. I just love how you guys are hustling all the time, always on the grind. It's impressive.
Thanks, man. Hey, just trying to be like you, brother. Just
I don't
trying to be
know.
like you, man.
I don't know, but I appreciate that though. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. I appreciate the props. All right, Journey's Pizza and Ice Cream Parlor. I like the parlor at the end. That's very, very cool. So you're going to be down there hustling, grinding, getting it taken care of. This is the big week. What an amazing thing. You know what? I got to check this out.
It's an awesome time, and if you have time to get there today, which is Wednesday afternoon, there's to see the canoes actually coming in as a sight to see itself.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
believe that. Do these where are these canoes going after they land? Where is the journey taking them?
back to their homelands. So every canoe family, they have their own support boat, they have their own grounds crew, right? And so once they reach Puyallup, the grounds crew and the support team will trailer up their canoes, and then they'll make their journey back on the road to where their homelands are.
Wait a minute. So the people who came from New Zealand floated all the way in here from New Zealand?
No, that'd be pretty badass if they did, but no, they usually pick a starting point for their journey somewhere here. They'll fly here from Zealand, and then they'll pick a starting point from here, probably up there towards Canada. So they probably started up in Canada and made their journey here to Puyallup. So
How many miles is the average canoe journey gonna take?
the every day they pull about 12 to 22 miles, depending on the day and their next stop.
Okay, so they're pulling about as much as I'm running.
Yes.
So, and how many days are they doing this?
So it started on the 20th. Started on the 20th, and they're just landing right now on the 30th
So
or 31st.
they're pulling about 200 miles.
Yes,
Okay, in the ocean.
in the bay. Yep.
You know, I'm going to tell you that doing 200 miles in the West Coast, I don't know about doing 200 miles in New Zealand. That's some pretty enhanced waters over there, man. You know, I like the Puget Sound where there's no sharks.
Oh, they're sharks. They're just not, they're just not great whites. We got six gills. We got, dogfish, ratfish, but no, you don't got to worry about the great whites.
Yeah, these sharks that are in our waters, they're not going to eat us.
No, you're safe. You're safe, man. You got orcas though, but they're friendly. So
Orcas kill great whites.
they're on our side.
Yeah,
Sure.
they are. They are. I like the killer whales.
The free willies, man. They're incredibly smart.
The Free Willies. I love Free Willy, man. That was a great movie.
It was.
That's taking it back a hot minute.
Uh-huh. That was one of my childhood favorites.
Yeah, mine
For
too.
sure.
I like that. Ralph was probably already in college at that time, so we won't ask him what he thought about that.
I plead the fifth on that. I was pretty old. Yes.
Ralph's a great grandpa.
Really?
No, I'm not even a grandpa. I started my family late. My oldest is 15. So,
When do you want to be a grandpa?
well, I prefer not anytime soon.
Okay. All right. All right.
Since my oldest is 15, I would
So
rather.
you like me?
Yeah. Maybe 5-10 years from now. That sounds good.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
I'm with you, Ralph. I don't want to be a grandpa anytime soon either.
I don't want to be, but I'm also looking forward to it. So looking forward to spoiling grandbabies. But yeah, no, not anytime soon.
Hey, you make your life hard when you have kids too soon.
Yep.
That's a true story. All right, what else is going on? We got to bring this thing in for a landing. It's been a fun show. I think I loved learning about what's going on with you and how you live with purpose and love. That was awesome. The canoe journey is amazing. What else do we need to know about this week?
I think Canoe Journey is kind of eating up all the attention, and it's a lot of time and resources from not only the employees, but like just the tribal members themselves. Like I'll be down there volunteering, and also trying to help my wife. And so yeah, everyone's focused on Canoe Journey. It's been focused around the youth for this journey. The youth are the highlight, and we're trying to lift them up, and that includes like public speaking the language when they're coming ashore, skippering the canoes, and it's been a youth focused journey, which is great. So yeah, that's our focus for this week and next week, and then it's back to school. Then it's focusing on back to school and kids sports. Football's starting back up, so it's always
Hey,
something.
listen. What do you think about this? This is a question. Do you think we could shoot a Breaking Fry Bread live at the canoe journey?
Absolutely. I think I mentioned that last show. We should definitely explore that. I don't know how we would set up the studio, or I know
We've got outside mics. We've got
Perfect.
mics. We've got mics that you wear on you. They're we've done this before. It's not our first rodeo.
Not our first rodeo.
Plus, I got a world-class videographer and sound man in the name of Ralph. We're gonna nickname him after this show. His name is gonna be Grandpa Ralph.
I got the silver
we're gonna
beard.
put Grandpa on there. But okay, listen, we're gonna try to make that happen. We're going to try to make that happen.
Okay.
I'm gonna coordinate with Ralph. We're gonna shoot some times out. This has been an awesome show. Anything you want to leave our audience with?
Yeah, move with purpose, move with love. Get out there and check out the canoe journeys. Check out all the vendors. Check out all the canoe families and all their songs, drum and dance. It's gonna be a great time. Hope to see you all
Awesome.
there.
Yeah, it's gonna be a great show. It's gonna be a great time. It's gonna be a great event. And maybe we can even steal a couple of guests to come in and share a couple little quick stories on the
Easy.
on the show. We can do that. I know because you're very popular. You move with purpose and love. People love you. So it's going to be no big deal. I'm Dave Westcott. Follow me on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, anywhere where it's social. I'm hanging out. Send me a direct message on LinkedIn. That's the best place to touch base. Ty's on all those same places, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, social media. Reach out to him. And listen, here's the deal. If you like the show, give us a like, give us a share, and drop your comments in the comment box. We'd love to chat with you about what's going on. And I guess if you want to learn more about moving with purpose and love, having accountability in your life, and taking the trips and eating the cake, celebrating and living life, reach out to Ty, because I think that's a very inspirational way to live. All right?
Amen.
All right. We'll see you soon.
See you guys. We'll see you next week.
Adios.
Boy.